dude, he's over there. Like,
Yeah,
I worship that guy.
Yep. Yeah, like false worship, you know, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, because it's kind of what's being described. I mean, if there's a preconceived notion that Arlen's a dick and he's got a bunch of murderers and, you know, he's kind of a jerkbag and cheats a little bit.
He does have impressive healing. He should not be ignored.
No, we should not. I am uncertain as to whether he is friend or foe. His men have slew others that were defenseless. And he attempted to kill Ajax in a horrific manner.
Things to contemplate.
He also is very obvious with his magic. He has not yet learned the lesson about being the tall flame amongst the Empire. The hot flame.
Scarab, do you have any words for Fleas? Are you saying anything as you're dragging Magnus around, or Magnus, for that matter?
Fuck him up, please! Fuck him up! Use your shield!
Okay, you can hear Magnus yelling as the group gets into the victory in the vans. Zed thinks, oh, it's probably time for me to catch up to Magnus.
Yeah, we gotta. This is right. Sam is doing the. Seriously, we're coming out the same door again.
Ugg and Sam are kind of staring down Zed and Magnus and Scarab.
Yeah, no.
Ah, fuck, here we go again. Seriously, get on the other side. You know you're not welcome here. Nobody likes you.
You're not fighting, says Ugg. Why are you here?
The same with you. Why are you here?
Because I knew you'd be here.
You're the sight of greatness. I understand.
So, how's he feeling? Does he have seasickness or, you know, motion? Kind of upset dum-dum?
He's feeling fine.
Okay.
Please looks nervous.
Aaron just wheels behind his
You know that shield thing was a boo-boo, right? I didn't mean to, you know.
That was quite unfortunate.
Doing this?
I heard about what happened. I'm sorry that you.
How did I get in front of this shit? We will strategically go to the side.
Yep.
If you had wished me to stay, Zed, I could have saved him. I have that magic.
Do you know?
Yes.
Why did you not save Magnus after you slit his throat?
Her name got there first. That's true. What's her name got there first?
He looks fine, says Ugg.
Yeah, boo-boo right to the head.
Well, we don't need to. We obviously do not get along, so let's just watch the fight. Hopefully, nobody gets, well, fleeced. And then we can all go our separate ways. There?
Hey, Arlen.
Yes, Sam.
They're talking that there was this bare knuckle bear fight.
Yes.
Can I do one of those?
Sure.
Sam gives Arlen a thumbs up that he goes back to being like stern face.
Please remind your gladiator that this is supposed to be a non-lethal tournament, says Barak Tarn.
I bring a sap. I punched him with the shield, and his head broke. Your head's not supposed to break. You have a very hard head. It'll be fine.
If I sense it becoming lethal, I will be happy to oblige, says Barak Tarn.
Fleas pulls out his sap and like waggles it around.
Barak Tarn's he's a bit of a hard case. A little more lawful leading than good.
The neutral good versus lawful neutral kind of.
Yeah, he's a little lawful. Like he's pulled.
He leans.
Yep, he leans.
Yep. Are there going to be problems?
I hope not, says Barak Tarn.
I shall be on the field
As shall I.
as a healer for both parties.
Nice.
No one should die in this place. No
Agreed.
one. Outside, sure, I'll hear them. Arlen does the when he steps out.
They're doing a new.
cry,
They're doing a new
like-
chant. They're doing a new chant today as the crowd's being taught warm-up exercises effectively by Pompadouro, and they seem to be taking to the simple changes in pitch and tone between two notes. It is everyone singing in unison, though, which is a nice thing to see, that people are getting along. Slave and subject and Imperial and visitors alike. The Tournament of the Blood Rose, it is in week 5, and people are looking forward to these two fights. In fact, you could hear people betting and laughing and yelling and chanting for the Coalition and for the Conclave. Both did quite well and are at +1s at the beginning of this day.
The people who are present in the crowd, is this representative?
Of?
Who is there?
Not the Coalition, sorry, the Circus. Circus. Circus hasn't been here in a while, but Circus had a good... Yeah, they're at +1.
We were here last week.
Yeah, that's fine.
2 weeks ago.
Circus and Conclave. The crowd does get bigger, so we're gonna set the DC for the performance combat at 23. I think I'm going to abandon the rules where the DCs slide based off of where you are in the pluses, and it's just too hard to track. So, okay. What do you mean representative?
So if Ashoka wants to saddle up to like the magistrate, that sort of thing, like the crowd, the people who...
Oh yeah, the people in the crowd are the people in the crowd, except for we need to remove Gavina Opal and that group.
Gavina Opal, yeah, they're not there.
Mama Bloodbear and Vestor are all there. They apparently talk. The women are there. Yep. Lady Daestra is there. Yuri is there. The Masked Oracle is there. These two are not. The Editor's Pulpit, for whatever reason, Damian's family didn't show up to this particular fight. Although it is their gladiator. Damian, are you in the crowd?
Sorry, buddy, can't hear you, man.
Nope.
Lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. Lizard predator behind you. Just gonna pull out your spine. So, although I think Damian said he wanted to like wear a disguise.
A disguise, right.
But he's sitting right beside his sister, though.
No, I don't think he's going to be able to go up into the Editor's Pulpit without people knowing who he is.
Yep. Okay. So we'll assume Damien's disguised in the crowd somehow.
Yeah. Well, let's find a Damian token. I saw Yuri there for a moment. I'm not sure where Yuri ended up. There he is. So he's watching with great interest. And then we need a Damian. Let me find Damian from the other map, and I'll bring him over. And I'll just stick him in the crowd somewhere. You can let us know where he goes. Week 5 of the Tournament of the Bloody Rose has begun. Taking to the field the Iron Paladin of the Circus of Dread, Barak the Pugilist, Barak the Terror Tarn.
He does a swoop like a circle, putting up a lot of smoke like dust.
Okay, so he's gonna go play to the crowd a little bit.
Yep.
Which side does he want? Does he want north or south, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. We'll go north.
Okay. All right. So Barak Tarn, place him where you want his starting position. I'm assuming at the front of the circle. And now we have the Shield Master Extraordinaire,
It was an accident.
the Basher of Skulls, the creature with fleas,
That part's true.
a rising star in the stable of the conclave of Crimson Skill, your favorite Knoll Destroyer, the marauding Fleas.
Hey, whoa. Look at my shield. It's free. But not you, it's okay.
I don't care which one of you dies, just make a belt. And there's the old lady just giving her opinion, piercing through the crowd.
Marty.
Yeah.
Ugg is climbed outside. He's watching from the stands.
Okay, from his illegal position.
Yep.
And then Sam is pushing Arlen around. Zed takes the field. The portcullis drops down, and Sona takes a position near the portcullis, ready to provide, I guess, bard song.
Yeah.
Listen for my voice, Fleas. Listen for my voice, yells Sona.
Please gives him a thumbs up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Barak Tarn tucks his wings back down behind him and begins to sort of pray a little bit and get ready for the fight.
Fleas is going to whoop up the crowd because, damn it, I need the crowd to hate this game.
One of Kythan's chains whips out and grabs the talking stick from Pompadoro, who goes scurrying off like he's afraid of him. That's become a shtick now, while Pompadoro is tormented by Kythan's chains. Kythan, the commissioner, grabs the talking stick. His chain is just holding it. One of these 4 gladiators that remain in this championship shall earn the title of champion of the Tournament of the Bloody Rose. And he raises up the rose again, this really strange thing with thorny vines and a huge red russet petals.
I really want the devil rose that's probably going to eat my soul. Just over here, nobody can hear me, it's okay.
May you fight with honor, may you fight with bravery, may you fight for the entertainment of us all, from the gods to the lowliest of goblins. And fucking Poop Goblin sticks his head out at that, and some people laugh.
Oh, please don't let me shit myself.
One of his chains raises up and kind of grabs like a drumstick and fucking bangs the gong, gong, and the fight has begun.
All right.
the fight that
I need like a crit to win.
All right, first thing we need is initiative between Fleas and Barak.
11 for Barak Tarn.
So 11.3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fleas?
Fleas. I roll a 12, so more than 11. 15.12 or 15.3
Cool.
or
Okay.
16.4.
16.4. Okay. That's kind of important to know. That 0.4 versus 0.3 could come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Fleas. What is your first action on the first round of this the 5th week of the Tournament of the Blood Rose?
I'm going to get out there and go to kind of sideways.
Okay, you hop off the ancient stones that leech magic,
and I drink me the resist energy acid because
Okay, what caster level is the resist energy acid?
should be a 10.
Yeah, we're not 11.
Okay,
Are
so
we?
it's
We're not 11.
it's resist 20.
So it's resist 20. Shit.
I told you.
All right,
I told you.
Barak Tarn. What is Barak Tarn doing?
He's gonna step off and cast mirror image.
Okay. 4 images. Fleas, next round.
Fleas is gonna step forward and cast a good hope because I need some hope.
Okay.
Get some hope.
Sona starts his bard song.
Awesome. Minor buffs don't fail me now.
Barak Tarn.
Mage armor.
Okay, you're adding these to the token.
Yeah.
Fleas, 3rd round of combat.
Okay. Fleas is going to
And Sam's pushing Arlen a little bit to the center.
step forward and
Marty, I have spectral hand up. So spectral hand is floating like it's.
Arlen?
Arlen's estimating it'll be here.
Yeah, the spectral hand actually floats near you because you send it off when you go.
it shoots
touch
out like a
So it's hovering
like a
beside
returning
you.
weapon.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay, got it.
Fleas is going to drink the. We'll drink shield.
Okay, Barak.
Step forward.
Yeah, shield. That's the next one.
Okay. The crowd's starting to get a little restless as you guys have spent now 4 rounds buffing.
And to be honest, I should have just
Third round.
ran at him and tried to punch him. I should have just ran at him and punched him.
So Fleas,
You should have.
you've got
Fleas
you've got 3 things up, right?
Yeah, Fleas
This
has
is
3
the
things
fourth
up.
round.
Uh,
This is the 4th round.
Fleas is going to drink that fly and
Okay.
step forward.
And Barak Tarn on the 4th round.
Haste.
Haste or shield?
Haste. I've already done shield last time.
Okay. So Barak Tarn, haste, and what level is Barak Tarn?
Barak Tarn is
Caster level?
Oh, he's
6?
Caster level.
6, 7?
Verifying. I think it's 6.
Okay. I've got the haste.
I'll verify. What is your caster level, sir?
6
There we
and
go.
7 have the same number of.
6. 6.
Great. Okay. Fleas.
Okay. Fleas is going to.
A very fast-moving, multiple-imaged, angry-looking Barak Tarn. He did cast some of these spells on his own, so you could. What are the crucial ones? Shield, you get a spellcraft check DC 17, and the haste, you get a spellcraft check DC 21 to know that Barak Tarn has those spells running. Like you could also roll for mage armor if you wanted, but
Fleas is the type of caster who makes magic.
okay.
He doesn't identify magic.
Barak Tarn could have made the spellcraft check against the Good Hope. The other things were drank as potions, so he is not certain that a shield spell is up.
Okay. We're going to. We're going to move, and so we're going to whoosh because it's dramatic, and chuck a javelin at Barak.
Okay. "Whoa!" As you leave the ground, everyone's like, "Yeah, he's flying!" And you huck a javelin.
Oh no! All right. So 1d20 plus 11 plus 2 for Bard Song plus 2 for Good Hope. AC 26.
Is that even within 5? No. Okay. So javelin goes whistling over Barak Tarn's head. All the images just sort of duck.
Flying?
Fleas is flying. I'm assuming he's landing
level.
on the ground. Yeah, he's kind of like
Ground level. Okay.
landing on the ground.
So swift action. Sorry. So swift action. I'll take the.
You could have started your stance way a long time ago. Swift action now could be to declare him as an enemy. The special smite thing that you do. Okay.
And I'll move and smackaroo. Actually, I'll charge him.
Okay, Barak Tarn
Charge.
charges along the ground. Come in. He's going to do like a side kick.
So.
Is this a stunning
Is there a
fist?
+1 from the crowd?
There is currently a +1 from the crowd, +2 from charge,
Okay.
+1 from haste.
So 12 plus.
Is this a stunning
haste,
fist?
13. Yeah.
Okay.
13. 14, 15.
I'm opening up the crit chart now. Crit.
30.
Crit.
Fuck. At 20.
That was
Okay.
not expected.
That was not expected. 22? I don't
Does
think
not
that hits.
confirm.
Okay.
Okay, the kick comes in and kind of catches Fleas in the chin.
Little sweet chin music.
Wow!
Yeah, so
Half flying at each other, half running along the ground.
the DC for that is.
It's lethal, non-lethal. Deluge.
It's non-lethal. It's non-lethal.
Okay.
23.
DC. That seems high for a 6th level dude, but okay.
It's half caster level plus charisma.
It should already be on his sheet.
It's there. Yeah.
23. Okay. That's really, really good. It's okay.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Actually.
He makes it, but
Okay.
roll 17 to do it.
All dying. Okay, so damage. Can this be the bite, or does it have to be? It's a strike, right? It's a fist.
Oh, it's because
punch.
Barak Tarn has a +8 on his con mod. That's why.
Yeah.
Sling Fist isn't con.
Oh no, sorry, wisdom.
charisma.
Charisma, yeah.
Wait, his is charisma based, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah.
There's something in there to do that.
Yeah. That's why.
Single.
Okay.
Single ability score characters.
19. Sorry, 19 damage.
Okay, I'm assuming you're dragon style, which is why that hurts so much.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Scaled Fist does this. Draconic Might replaces your wisdom for things like
so add 1 to that. 20.
4.
Because of the
yep.
swift.
Then I'm going to subtract 1 because we're DR.
Right. Wham! Fleas spits all over the place. His mouth is open as he just gets clocked by kind of like a flying sidekick from Barak Tarn. He lands in the dirt, dust flying everywhere. Fleas, top around 6.
Ouchie! Fleas is going to. This is gonna be dumb. He's gonna. Barak Tarn doesn't have his hammer out.
I didn't say he did.
Well, it's kind of important. Does he have his hammer?
Yeah,
out?
no, it's on his back.
Okay,
Sorry, I
and
didn't say-
Fleas is gonna 5-foot step back, cast haste, and draw his kukri.
Okay. Barak Tarn's head kind of tilts off to the side when he says.
I switched. You saw the first fight, didn't you? I switched halfway through.
Barak Tarn.
Okay.
It's a short sword.
Yep.
Barak Tarn's gonna 5-foot step and full round. So plus 14. Is there a plus from the crowd or not?
+1.
Okay, so 15,
Oh god.
15, 15, 15. Oh fuck. So,
Miss.
alright, let's make sure I didn't critical miss.
Oh, critical
I
miss.
critical missed.
Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out.
37 on the chart.
Fall asleep.
Strength check, or drop all items held, flung 1d4 squares away. He doesn't have any items in his hand, so he gets his hands tangled up in your shield, and you push back, and had he had his thing in his hands, he would have dropped it. Fleas. But your shield is saving you. He's like punching and kicking, and you're bringing it up and dodging and weaving.
All right. Fleas is going to full round attack back
Okay.
because we're trying to pop images.
Yep.
Lethal or not?
He's just attacking.
Well, if it's not lethal and if you don't have any feats for it, you have a minus.
He's going to cut you. It's a gladiator fight. Like, what are you high?
Lethal it is. Go, Fleas. 20, 100.
AC 29. AC 35
42.
with a charge.
I
Oh no,
didn't-
you did
I-
a full
I was
round.
not-
You did a full round.
Yeah.
So I need 20s to hit. Okay. I need 20s to pop images.
Give me a second. Did you add mage armor properly? He has bracers +2.
Mage armor is 4.
No,
It's
it's
2.
2.
Shield is 4.
Right, so that's 6. He's got an AC of 41, 42 with haste. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
And he's not attacking defensively yet, so...
There's no point. I just roll for 20s. Okay.
Okay. Ching, ching, ching. Alright, Barak Tarn.
He's gonna do non-lethal.
Okay, is he going to breathe?
No.
Yeah, okay.
He's feeling all right with the attacks. 31, 32, 28.
2 hits. Barely hits, but they're hits.
Okay,
He gets in there, kind of your shield off to the side, and just starts to punch Fleas in the chest.
First is stunning again.
Apparently, I should have took the bark skin instead to turn those into misses.
Oh, sorry. So this would I'm constantly stunning right now until I run
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So this is the third one. I just gotta check how many I have. In total.
Stunned. So they're all hits.
Okay, so 3 per day. That was my last one.
Okay,
My last
Fleas gets
3
winded
hits.
as he's getting punched a bunch of times into solar
Okay.
plexus. I think that means Fleas drops a bunch of shit. So his kukri's in the dirt and his shield is in the dirt.
8. Yeah, this is non-lethal. Plus 15, plus 22, plus 16, plus 24.
Stacking a template on top of double that ability score to AC on top of the
Are
monk
you-
stuff
are
with
you
sorcerer.
Are you still awake?
Oh, for sure.
55 non-lethal. Okay, so he punches a couple times, and when you're stunned, he kind of headbutts you, like for the last attack.
This is non-lethal.
So that's you're taking off 1 from all the damages, right?
I have not, so that'd be 52.
Okay, so 52. Fleas is looking woozy.
And Fleas looks rocked.
52. This is 71. Yeah, no, Fleas. He's still good. He's a little non-lethal bloodied, but
Okay, so Fleas then spends the round stunned,
yep.
and then at the end of his turn is not stunned.
I'm not stunned anymore.
Oh,
Oh, my shit's on the ground. Oh, no. Fleas takes the free action to check to see if he pooped himself. That's all I was really worried about.
little pea came out.
Look at that. Okay, so the first one.
Knock yourself out. Come on, Fleas, you can do this. Knock yourself out with a natural one.
What's your AC?
My AC's 30.
So even without your shield.
I got a shield spell.
Okay.
Just because you cast magic
so
missiles.
First is
Critical
is a
miss?
combo. 79. That's not good.
Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out.
Critical miss deck, D52.
Knock yourself
Ooh,
out.
no.
Knock yourself out.
15.
Sleepy time. Sleepy time.
Barak Tarn broke a tooth on Fleas, or like Fleas.
Broke a hand.
Yeah, yeah. He's a -2 on all attack rolls for 1d6 minutes.
For the rest of the fight. Okay,
Yep.
so plus 13s then. So the 20 would have hit, and then the 26.
It doesn't hit anyway.
I think he
So,
gets a
roll
fort
the-
save to try to negate this, equal to
Okay.
the AC he was trying to hit.
So DC, you try on the DC 30 fort save, buddy.
Yeah. No, no,
That one.
no.
Nope.
He
Nope.
basically
So
strained his
his
hand or
hands-
something. Yeah.
His hands, like, he puts it at his side, and he's kicking and elbowing and kneeing and stuff like
He
that.
still has a -2 from the throbbing pain.
Yeah. D8 plus.
Yeah, you punched me so hard to hurt yourself.
Which then applies to the critical confirmation roll,
Yep, which fit.
which missed. Okay.
18, including the -1 for you.
Okay. 18 brings. He's got 1 hit point. He's got. It's still. I hurt you. I know your hand hurts. You punched me in the face.
All right.
Little girly wrist.
So Fleas, I think, now gets to go.
Critical.
Critical hits and misses for the win.
So Fleas is like bloody nose and all fucked up and shit's on the ground. He keeps on getting punched and kicked by Barak Tarn looks like a badass. He didn't even take out his hammer. He just kind of drank a bunch of potions, cast the things, and just started the wailing. He did kind of go like this with his arm, like it's obvious he got an injury from punching Fleas.
I should have Windy escaped.
Mark is
Stunning
back.
Fist. Because I don't know if that would have worked. But anyways, I should have done that. I should have done that to make it so I couldn't have been stunned. But I'm apparently tired. Fuck.
All right, Fleas. 1 hit point left. What are you doing?
Fleas is not going down without a fight. He is going to... He took out his hammer or no?
Barak Tarn has not, no.
He takes a step back and casts Mirror Image and draws a... actually steps back, casts Mirror Image, and picks up his shield.
Yeah, kind of kicking his shield back and picking it up. And all right, so you backed away, but you did a flashy spell, so we'll consider those two things successful.
Images.
Barak Tarn did critical miss a couple of times. You should roll a couple of those performance checks. We forgot about that.
Okay, how many do you want?
2.
Did I 2?
And the DC is 23. So you made
the
yeah.
second one, but not the first one.
The crowd kind of laughed a little bit when you hurt yourself.
Okay, so there's no more +1, correct?
Correct.
So it was a 13, 12. Okay. So
And Fleas, there are many Fleases. How many Fleases?
There's the minimum fleas.
Fle-
3 fleas.
three
There's
fle-
4 fleas in total.
Okay.
When your character based purely around apparently luck.
Okay,
Ah, damn.
let's go for it.
Yeah, let's stick in. Come on. Got you. Got you right when I want you.
Just always one crit away.
No.
We
think-
pop an image with the last one.
Okay.
Pop an image.
Yeah.
All right. Fleas.
Fleas is gonna pound on him with the shield. Shield bash.
The signature move of Fleas. All right.
You're gonna go out.
People are losing their shit because this is how you killed the champion of the coalition, and they think there's this chance you could kill the rising star of the Circus of Dread.
People are dumb. Don't worry about them.
You notice some people raising signs, "Death to Paladins," and they're a bunch of rough-looking people.
AC 31, AC 22. I need 20s. I don't know why I'm adding numbers. I beat normal men to death, but
I haven't been doing my extra haste attack. Oh well.
Well, this is the last round of haste.
Good stuff. 4 number sign 1d20 plus.
Fox.
It would have been more failures.
Is it lucky, Fox, or is it skill? Although the tightest thing was lucky. But
Oh, look, another one.
I will win by you getting tired.
This is awesome.
You feeling sleepy?
Another fumble. 15, and for the crowd, 2 fail from the crowd.
DC 20 Dex check or fall prone.
17 plus his 3, 20. He makes it.
Okay, so Fleas almost knocked him down, kind of pushing him back with the shield. And in the crowd check, you failed.
Yep.
Okay, people think you're toying with your food, and the circus is they're actually booing. Like they're fickle.
Nobody likes you.
They don't think he's able to, and then your haste spell is now gone. Fleas.
No, you're slow. We'll try to punch him with a shield.
Okay, whipping your shield around.
Oh, I got him.
There we go. Well, you got an image, maybe? D5.
Oh, bleed. Bleed.
Ah, you got him.
Roll to confirm the critical.
Confirm. Fleas for the win.
Bong! Not a critical hit.
It's fine. Fleas for the win. Everybody likes fleas. Okay, I'm excited about something that I knew this was just going to be a bloodbath fight. Plus 3, plus 2, plus 2. Oh, no, 3 plus 2. No, there's a plus 2 in there. 16 damage! Fleas does not go down without a fight!
People were cheering when you finally hit with the shield, and everyone's like, yeah! Barak Tarn, your retort.
Yeah, 5 foot step back and friggin' acid all over his asshole.
A 30-foot line of acid spraying towards Fleas. Fleas trying to do a combat roll, holding up his shield. What's the reflex save of this?
Bullshit.
Alright.
Acid.
Okay.
What is the reflex of this thing?
Oh, you scared me, are you going to spit on me?
DC
Oh no!
is That.
That might not be much shit talking in a second
20.
here.
DC 20.
You're gargling his
20.
acid blast.
That I have a plus 12, not a plus 20. I do make it.
Okay.
I take half damage and then subtract 20.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll even do damage to you.
If you could do, I have 1 hit point.
D6.
So you theoretically could.
8d6. Nope, not with that.
25 becomes 12, and then it's resisted. Okay, you backed away, but you did a flashy thing. You don't need to make a roll, and Fleas stood there and took it. Like he docked it away, raised his shield, and then there's like weird green glow as the abjuration magic that was on him absorbed it.
So Fleas' haste has Fleas has a 7th cast level haste.
When did that go up?
That went up around 4. Round 5.
Yeah, we are in the 4, 8, 12th round of combat.
So this is the last round of haste. So Fleas is gonna 5 foot step forward and punch repeatedly with a shield.
Okay.
And draw this. Or do we want to do something cool? We do something cool. We pick up our short sword, and then we.
You're not picking it up if you're full rounding, though.
Yeah, I know. This is the thing of like I'm trying to figure out a way to. we're gonna step forward and just punch with a shield a bunch of times because shield is the signature weapon, and we need crits to do anything. So 3 number 1d20 is we don't even care. Nope.
Okay, Barak Tarn seems to be a bit wary with their shield. You are putting the Knights of the Broken Shield to shame, says Barak Tarn.
Yeah, but see the problem is their shield's broken. You shouldn't break a shield.
What's
I
that
kinda
on
wish
your
they gave me one with a point on it, but they, the cheap bastard. Don't tell me I said that.
This from there is gonna breathe on you.
Sorry.
He tries again. Not quite understanding it's resist and not protect.
Uh-oh. No, my only worldly possession.
Bruh.
I make it on the
But you're taking it on the chin, though.
yeah.
Well, I have to hit more than barely.
4 damage.
So a little splash of acid as it goes all over your shield, kind of
holds the shield, and it's like, oh, I did
my nose. The top of your nose, Bernie. You kind of sniffed at it, and the pain. You fell back and passed out. Barak Tarn gets 2 performance checks. One to because he downed his foe, and one because he did a flashy thing without being defensive.
Neither.
Okay. There's kind of a you get the sense that the crowd was expecting a more even fight. This is kind of one-sided, and people can often not cheer for the winners when there's a one-sided fight.
Arlen
I am fairly certain Fleas is Rocky. He'll come back in Rocky 2.
Rising up after the acid. Shield and it's out.
Barak Tarn just picks up his shield and kind of holds it out, and he's waiting for like a healer to come and heal him.
Yeah, Arlen gets close in channels.
Okay, there's this massive channel, and Fleas starts to wake up. Barak Tarn actually offers Fleas a hand up.
Fleas checks to see if he pooped himself.
Nope.
All right. Hey, it was fun. You are really hard to punch.
You fought honorably. Here's your shield.
Thanks. He'll like raise Barak's hand up. Like Flea's always been a good sport.
Yep. Apparently Barak's a good sport too, if not like when he doesn't encounter someone who's being a complete dick. The crowd still doesn't like. Okay, fine. Now they're all being lovey-dovey, and they're not really into it too much. And...
Get a room.
Right. The victor stays on the field for a little bit as the loser leaves. Sona gives Fleas a shrug.
Fleas does like acts up the shucks, damn it, oh
Yep.
I'm so bad, ooh, stomp. Oh god, I lived. Oh whew.
Is there any chastisement or words from Magnus and Scarab as Fleas comes through the portcullis?
Magnus looks in like disgust, like.
I'm still not getting any noise out of Mark.
You did alright. It looks like it's very hard to hit.
I don't know.
Looks like it's very hard for you to hit him. But you did well. Use your shield and you moved well. Not bad. We'll train hard for next time.
Yeah, I need I don't know. I'll start doing push-ups.
Oh, you need to work on your swing. You got to get you a better swing in there.
Maybe I should get a shield with the magic spikes on it.
Oh, why don't you try yelling like me?
Yeah.
There you go. You can hit him now.
Yeah.
I don't think Fleas is angry enough to start to learn how to rage, says
Nah,
Sona.
it's whenever I'm being angry, it's just a show, I'm never really that mad.
Marty, on the way back to the how many rounds would it be for them to walk back to the thing? Like 2 rounds or?
2 or 3? Yeah, sure. Why?
Arlen's putting healing on Fleas.
Okay, so you could still channel while you're close.
No, it's not channeling. It's two casts.
Oh, Arlen comes wheeling up to Fleas.
It's the mage hand.
Oh, the spectral hand comes zipping in, and Sona's like, "Hey,
stop that."
Well, he got one. So yeah, half of 30, half of 60. I mean, yeah, whatever the first four would be. 10, 18 plus 10, 28.
Sona's like, "Hey," and his hands on his whip.
You realize the use of divine magics in an ill way can get you imprisoned by the five-faced god, do you not?
There is no ill intent here.
Not for you to decide. And not for us either.
Save your healing. They don't deserve it, says Ugg.
He fought well. Fought with honor.
He did, says Barak.
You should look at that shiner. That's a big shiner. Oh, that's a good one. You got him right there. It's gonna be all puffy. Oh.
No, he fought well. I mean, you don't want me to do it outside, or are you fine doing it here, or not at all? Is it my magic?
We would prefer not at all, but you should not be doing it out there. Thank you for raising our man from the ground, or from the sands. Be more subtle in the future for your own sake. And, like, leaving.
Marty, because we didn't get a chance, because we didn't do the circus, we didn't get a chance to bet. But can't bet now.
No, there was no bet. You can bet on the final fight. All the bets were placed on the early tournament, so you'll have to fight. You'll have to bet on the fight, not the tournament itself. That should have happened. That should have been a question when Barak had his first fight, not his 6th.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's alright.
Or 4th or whatever it is. Third.
This is his third one.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, you're not getting the 1 to 16 odds or whatever the bet was.
His AC is
Hi.
as a guy who's a connoisseur of breaking certain parts of the game, that's really broken.
It's not his full charisma added twice. It's like charisma and a half kind of thing. It's actually less than a half on the second one.
Being able to crack 40 at level 6 or whatever it is.
He's level 8.
Oh, he's level 8. Oh, don't feel so bad.
Level
You shouldn't be in this tournament anyway. Oh, okay. All right. Feel better.
Oh yeah, he's gonna, when he wins, he's gonna be chucked up into heroic tier. Adam and Adam Salt. I see who you clearly like better out of the
between Barak and Fleas. I love Fleas. Fleas. So it's weird how much, you know how I was kind of against the random stuff for a while.
Yep.
Like, because I've played some truly horrible stat blocks due to random. Ahmed, Marty, you're sharing.
Marty's sharing.
I played like Darthodon had a horrible starting stat block, like just god awful. I really like Fleas. I really like Sam. I like these random gladiators where it's like, here, make something out of this is actually really fun.
When it's not like, here's your shittiest bullshit ever while everyone's a god beside you, the campaign allows you to make gold out of poo. Like, remember Snowbeard? Mark made polish that turd pretty heavily. And then even like Mortenzi would have never been a thing.
Nope.
And Arlen, look at how far Arlen has come out of all the. Look at Arlen's stats. They're horrible compared to some of the other like masters.
Yeah, he shouldn't be alive right now.
Arlen in the punching war.
right. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Half a round with Magnus.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the week 5 of the tournament of the Blood Rose, and Barak Tarn is the first to make it to the the championship. Week 8 means he'll be fighting the winner between Tybalt Koro and Xanadu from the Knights of the Broken Shield and the Beast Tamers of Vatapol, respectively.
It will be fun to watch the paladin accept the bloody rose of hell. Yeah, take this.
He'll just take it and go.
His paladin would just go blue. It's gone. Blue.
Barak Tarn, Blackheart.
He just spits acid on the floor.
You would be a good blackguard. And by good, I mean awful.
We're getting way ahead of ourselves. He needs to win the final fight first.
I need to use Windy Escape to not get stunned to get full round attacked. That's what I need to do.
Yes.
Yeah, use your power.
Yeah, exactly. Barak Tarn was definitely using his. Okay, I think that was the last thing for this particular week, which was the tournament. We do need to roll for the random event. There's a 20% chance for a random event this particular week.
Secret admirer wants to send him cookies.
Could happen. It's a thing.
3.
There's a random event.
There is a random event.
Wow.
Cookie secret admirer. Cookie secret admirer.
For Fleas, okay? So this is the
Just kidding, sending him dog biscuits.
this is the conclave random event. So give me a percentile for how good or bad the random event is.
Cookies are a good random event. 23.
23 is a unfavorable event.
They are dog biscuits.
Give me a percentile to see how unfavorable and to what size or scope.
71.
This affects a master of the conclave.
Oh, somebody stole my cookies. Magnus, did you steal my cookies again?
Please not Magnus. Please
All
not.
right.
Magnus can't handle this
Ashoka
shit.
is 1, Magnus is 2, Sid is 3, Zed is 4, Damian is 5, because Damian's chumming around the conclave now and shouldn't be removed from this sort of...
He literally hid in the building for the last week or whatever.
Scarab in there as well?
Scarab is not a master.
Scarab's a merc.
He's a merc.
Yeah, it's a mercenary. He doesn't. Can you guys hear me?
Radimer, yeah, now we can hear you. Fuck yeah, we got a mark. God damn it.
So Scarab told Fleas to do more push-ups, I'm assuming.
Six is Radimer, because Radimer is actually part of the master pool of XP. So, and he shouldn't be removed from that as well. So I need a D6. One is Ashoka.
Story for Ashoka!
Magnus takes a backseat for a while. Oh, thank God, what the fuck?
Okay, I need a D12 for Ashoka.
Oh god. 3? I know it's not going to be stuff related because Ashoka doesn't have any stuff. Well, I was talking to a devil today, so...
So, something related to Ashoka's reputation takes a nosedive.
Fucking hate that.
1 was personnel and facilities, 2 was money, 3 is fame. So there's something that makes Ashoka infamous that happened. What
This
would
is
it be?
the worst.
Spies got caught.
Don't worry, Damian's in town to file a slander lawsuit.
Just pile all the lawsuits. There's...
Yeah, it would be his weakness are his spies, are his greatest strength is his weakness, right? It takes one guy to be blabby.
To be blabby.
Okay, so I think we need to create a new NPC who is the blabbermouth who got caught and is just telling them everything that they know.
So this guy gets to have a very
I know.
throat, right?
Somebody already in our Ludus. Remember the guy from the ship? The guy who's like a rogue, who's low down.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
That jerk.
If it's that guy, he gets like I'm going to dominate you, and then we'll see how hard I can charisma check you into like eating your own self. Like,
okay. 1, it's from within your own Ludus, like a minor party within your own Ludus. 2, it is just a dude that's part of your spy network. 3, it's actually outside, but somebody that might know who Ashoka is. So 1, it is in with your Ludus. Okay.
It came from inside the house.
It's one of the low-level servants that just.
This pirate thing's gonna have to take a back seat while horrible torture happens next.
Next time.
What are you talking about? Frontline pirate fodder right there.
Okay,
Get
so
the catapult.
1, it's Josephus the Shiv. 2, it's your priest of Cord, who has witnessed things and slowly pieced things together and has gone and talked to the mass priest. And then 3, it's one of the lowlier servants, like it's a servant. So we'll do a D3.
Priest Accord, we're converting back to the 5-phase god, everybody. Just in case you're wondering.
I need a D3.
Yeah.
Please don't be 2. That's going to make things super awkward.
Yep.
We're going back to the 5-phase god. Oh, hail 5-phase god. Or Asmodeus. Which one do you guys want?
I forget what this guy's name is. I think they all kind of kept their identities hidden. But Ashoka, you begin to realize that some of the priests are making like protective symbols around them whenever you appear. And the Cordite priest you soon find has quit.
Guess who's not making it home from work today?
That their Ludus is a lie and their master is not a worshipper of Cord is the
Whoever said it was a worshiper of Cord.
no, they had enough basically.
Yep.
After they saw your treatment of Magnus and like imps flying around and rumors, and you realize that there are people that come to your Ludus on a daily basis and spend a lot of time here that may get to see things that they can't. You could also suspect that you've been spending time away and 6 has been in charge of being Ashoka.
You might have figured that out.
Oh, you're not too sure, but effectively I'm going to go to your facilities and resources and reduce your arcane or your religious medicine personnel to 0 because your 7th level priest is no longer willing to work for you.
Anyone looking for a priest?
I'm pretty certain that we need to cement that man's reputation in terms of one of my colleagues. We had this discussion around. They stated that we should make an example of them, very excitedly. And it's like, they did a good job. Why would you do that? They did a good job. We should make an example of them. It's like, no, that's not what that means.
And Ashoka, in the last month or so, has had a lot of foot traffic coming to his door. Yep. A lot of creepy people hanging around, and he's now the true master, and it's no longer Magnus in charge, and this Cordite is going, and I'm sitting here teaching everyone about this chaotic good religion when this is going on.
Lawful evil dude in charge.
Yeah,
of
what he knows and how much he knows, Ashoka now knows he's got a bit of problem in his house. First, there's no priest to heal the Bobos, and then second, Asmodeus is the best as Foxfire, which is pretty funny.
So is this chaotic good priest in violation of his contract?
Yeah, it's a good question, Damian. Damian the lawyer.
We're 3 weeks ahead. I'm just going to make a note on my character sheet, just in case I forget, because I've been really busy these days and I forgot a few things. I'm going to put it at the top.
Hey, where would Bob the cleric go?
Where did Bob go?
Yeah, they didn't share their names. He was the guy who didn't touch with one of his hands because something would happen if he touched your gladiators or like a living person with one of his hands.
So he was they're called
a mass theologian. Yep.
Mass theologian, Cord priest.
Yep.
.. Do something terrible to him. In brackets, make an example.
It's good to have goals.
Oh yes, and this is a very fun goal. It was like that role was as negative as it could possibly be for Ashoka's personality. Like his stuff or those sorts of things are, oh, I'm sick, or oh, my family, somebody in my family had a hernia or something.
We rolled one for a brand new gladiator in the coalition where she lost all of her stuff. So the brand new 6th level gladiator that they bought with gear,
Oh.
all stuff that is a result for what could have been a master, where it's like, yep, you're ganked and robbed and everything you own is gone.
See, this is one of those ones where, like, for Ashoka, that's really not that much. Like, oh, +2 charisma item, I'm gonna get another
But
one.
like Magnus or Damian be like, oh my god.
Magnus would be hilarious. They stole my skin?
Okay, so that is the end of the 9th week of
Marty?
of games. Yep.
This is the end of season 4, or season 3. Like, this conflagration.
I think this is building up to season 4. There's this weird.
We're in the
weird in
epilogue
between. Yep.
of season 3.
Okay,
Yes.
right now, Sid, Ashoka, and Damian any day now are expecting for the pirate boat, or not the pirate boat, the Dexterous, the brave captain of the Dexterous, to reach Skeltar.
Yep.
So let's plan out the next week for these guys. Ashoka, I'm guessing, is going to Skeltar, right? The same with
I
Sid.
can't hear you because all I hear is Ahmed giggling.
Sid, Damian, Ashoka, are you bringing more muscle with you on this
I
trip?
can bring one more.
Sargon.
I can carry one more person.
Sargon.
I'm hearing Zargon.
Sargon.
Sargon is a pretty good pick.
So there was a talk of this in the group, and Zed did agree that Zargon could go, but Zed is supposed to go if Zargon's going.
Yeah, but we didn't say where he was supposed to go.
So if you want to do that, we can first teleport there. Put my mark again.
Teleport home, and
Back next day.
it becomes like a really long. So are we doing it as like in one blast? Or are we doing it in a series of things?
Well, actually, to be frank, we don't even know if we're gonna get in a fight when we get to Skeltar. So
We need to get there and then look around. I don't think
Right.
Sargon would be a good idea. We
Yeah,
need to get
I
ready
think
to
we're scouting.
yeah,
We need to
Okay.
that's
find
fair.
it.
Yeah.
Are you bringing a third, or is it just
No, we
the
don't
ultimate spying crew? The guy who dominates your mind, the guy that charms you, and like as in charming wit, and then the guy who just
Disappears.
finds your secrets.
Also, the guy who charms you, also the one who stabs you when things go sideways.
These
Oh,
three,
you don't
man.
like me.
These three. I have a feeling they're gonna be. Those three are gonna get into a lot of trouble. Okay. That.
Kind of trouble.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun with those guys.
There's gonna be a
those
lot of
guys-
teleports into towns, like right by those stones, where it's like there's blood and weapons drawn.
All right. What is Magnus doing this week?
Magnus wants to get another tattoo.
Okay. And what is the tattoo that you technically had one day to start from the previous week? Is it the Meridian belt?
Sorry.
Meridian belt.
Yeah, but it costs. It's 2,250 because it's going to be put on as a. It's going to be put on as another part of another tattoo. So if you put on a magic, the cost of putting another bonus to an item is 1.5, and I'm wondering how much does that cost?
Oh, do you already have a tattoo belt?
Yeah, strength +2 strength. So I'm gonna add that onto.
So as a secondary power, you're going to add a Meridian belt, which is 1,000 gold pieces normally, times
Tattoo
1.5 for tattoo, times 1.5 for being a
250.
for being a secondary item. So yes, you can add a Meridian belt to your existing tattoo for 2,200. She charges you 3.
Done.
Okay, so tattoo.
Is that the whole week?
You've got 3 days left in that week if we're splitting hairs.
I'd like to start another tattoo.
Magnus made a lot of money, didn't he?
Magnus had a lot of money to start off with.
Well, does Magnus have a lot of money, or does
See, this is where
that belong
it's
to
really
the
depending on what
conclave
these
now?
purchases are.
Yeah,
what
well,
purchases-
Magnus is spending his money, and Gracchus has been following Magnus around and can easily report that Magnus is spending his money. None of this is coming out of conclave funds. This is all Magnus's winning.
Yeah,
Nope.
Gracchus actually likes Magnus more than he likes anybody else, so he's not reporting it. I'm
Yeah.
just going around shopping. What do you want?
So Magnus is getting this tattoo. He looks at Greg, he's like, Do you want one of these? I got it. He's offering you to buy a tattoo for you.
Alright.
Yeah, another 3 talents. Like, but do it another time when, because I don't have much time. So, do it on your own time.
Okay, sure.
I'll drop another 3 talents for him to get the Meridian belt. Or it would be actually cheaper. It'd be 2 talents. 1500. It'd be 1500 before
Let's see if
unless you have another
got a
tattoo.
belt.
Now,
No,
this
he
allows
doesn't
you
have
as a
to
swift
spend.
action to change which
As a
rings
swift
are
action, you can switch between
active, right? It doesn't just open up.
It,
Yeah.
it lets you use
Yeah, you can only
lot of
have
rings.
2,
Yeah.
but it allows you to switch as a swift. That's the.
That's pretty cool, actually.
But I think it's in there as well that the rings that require a 24-hour period are already included. Like even if you switch to it, you don't have to spend the 24-hour period if you've already got it on.
Good.
Which is pretty good.
Okay, that can happen at the same time, but that probably keeps Vester or all busy for the rest of the week.
That's fine.
Okay, so subtract the money and add on to Gracchus that he gets a tattoo. Nem reports that he's spending time at the tattoo shop.
Once we get into the stuff that's going to be like, why would you let one of your slaves get a thing like this to then, bring ruin to the empire?
He's getting a second tattoo, so you can surmise that his tattoos are very minor.
It's the freedom of movement tattoo. It's the ring of invisibility tattoo. These are the ones that are like.
He got something in his mouth, and he got something on his existing tattoo on his belt.
See, these are the things that you regenerate. You need to do better. Do better.
Zed, what is Zed doing this week?
Zed does. Is this a week where we don't have
This is a week where we don't have fights.
Next week we have a fight, right?
Yeah, Zargon has a fight, Scarab has a fight, and Zed has a fight next week.
We're going to.
And Fleas no longer has tournament stuff to do.
Well, if Fleas has all 3 fights, cool.
And Fleas is tired. Look at his ass.
He's just so sad. Like I punched the head a bunch of times. Zed is going to
Play Medicus for Fleas.
yeah, because we don't have one.
Zed
Well,
does.
he's only got 30 hit points of damage left, so.
Zed does all the things. He
pretty
trains, he
versatile
guards. All right, so
This is back to
he's lawful. He follows the rules. Yeah, Medicus 13 dice. You can probably get this one. Okay, Zargon is idle, getting ready for his fight. Do you bring him with you to Skeltar? What's going on?
Mark. Bringing Damian or bringing Zargon and Skeltar or no? I don't like.
No, no, not for a scouting mission.
Okay.
Way too much attention.
I
Zargon's
don't want to have to fight dragon poachers.
Zargon's getting antsy. Sona.
Sona will be putting on weapon demonstration.
Whip promotion. Got it. Cool.
And maybe we could get the neutral good soda guy to whip the Cordian guy once we get.
Droll, I think is in the middle of strength training. I don't know if you're still training him or not. What level is he? 6.
Droll is 6th.
Okay, you've got 7 dice on your training because you've got some people playing Medicus instead. Quailsy.
I would not run.
Right. I guess you already rolled it, so 3 out of 6. Great, done. I can handle it. I can do it. Quailsy, what's she up to?
Quailsy is. I think she's like the rogue barbarian, right?
Yep.
She is a Tempe. She has 1 fight. She was idle last week.
Yep.
Face puncher? I don't know. Fuck.
Face punch training for hit points?
Face punch training for hit points, yeah. Which we spend all of our training resources, so it doesn't do anything.
No. So she's idle.
Yeah.
She's just getting hit.
Well, she's guarding.
Is she acting as a
Guard.
We'll put her on guard duty.
guard the Ludus or guard?
That's a good question.
There are no fights, so you don't need an entourage.
Yeah, no, it would be guard duty.
Okay, and then what is Nova doing?
Guard duty.
You got the 2 of them guarding the Ludus.
We're gonna have like pretty much the exotic guard.
Six is acting like Ashoka. Is that the plan while Ashoka's gone?
Yep.
What is the Ashoka network doing?
The Ashoka network is going to find the accordion priest.
Find priest of Cord. Drakester, man. Earlier, man, we were talking about how in the Dread and Circus universe, including the Doomsday, we had our 100th episode last game, and this is 101. Just wanted to give you thanks for hanging out with us for so many episodes. That's just this campaign. Give me a second. I got a little thing for you. How do I do this? Search for the Drakester 81. Oh, because you're already a sub, I can't give you a sub? Well, that's lame. How do I do that? The Drakester 81. Gift a sub. Sorry, a gift subscription to this channel is not available for this user.
You just get a big FU then.
Alright.
No. You have our thanks and appreciation. And please don't ever leave.
Yep. So I'm going to gift a random sub to a random viewer to thank Drake. Oh my goodness. There you go, mod. What a waste of $4. That's a gift bonus. I'll get you a sub for next month. Just remind me later, Drake.
Hey, thank you, Drake.
That didn't work out. Anticlimactic fail.
Random algorithm fail.
That's like rolling a 1.
Yeah. All right, Ludus Spy Network. What's it up to? The Ashoka Network is going after the traitorous priest.
So traitor, so priest.
I'd get more food in me before the sun rises.
What's going on?
I gotta get more.
The Ludus Network is helping find the priest. You're putting all your dice to hunt down this priest.
The Ludus Network is finding the priest.
Yep. While your actual guys are finding the priest.
His name, find the name of his family.
So you're digging into where this priest lives and who he is and what his identity is, and you're trying to find him. And okay, all right.
Yep. The Ludus 4 dice is on.
Oh, that's what I was asking. Are they?
Oh no, the Ludus 4 dice are. Let's scope out the. We'll have them scope out the competition. We will have them watch the next match to see who Barak Tarn is going to fight. Because the week after that is when we decide whether or not we're going to just make Barak Tarn have a bad day.
So this is the week.
The
Six
Naga or
fight.
the awakened snake versus the other guy. So scouting those two for capabilities.
Okay, week 6 of the tourney. All right, we've done some of the roles. Is Quailsy loyal to the Ludus? She is not, and Nova is not particularly. Okay. Let me roll to see a thing here.
What's going on here, guys?
Well, we'll see.
Okay, Quailsy and Nova's actually morale increases because she takes this time to kind of just slack off a bit.
Perfect. She did not do a good job guarding.
Fleas, give me the Fleas is fine. 13 rolls. Go ahead. 13 dice, but I have a feeling he's going to be fine. Yeah. But we do learn an important thing, that Zed can act as medicus. Cool. Sona does some whip classes. Playing up to the crowd. Give me 10 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Sona earns 3 talents for your Ludus.
Fucking sweet.
Chris, what you doing next week, Sona?
More whipping. He had people in the streets all practicing whipping, and he was doing some commerce for your Ludus. Cool. The Ashoka network. We'll get to that when you get back.
Okay.
Ashoka, Sid, and Damian.
Sorry, I had just a quick question regarding that. Does Ajax come by to learn those techniques from Magnus?
I think he was expecting you to come to him.
Oh, okay.
And while you were laying on a bed getting a tattoo, you probably don't have enough time to also do training.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a different type of sword fighting that happens when you're laying in bed.
Easy now.
You might be late.
Easy now.
This might be too much.
All right, so we're going to save this particular map, and we're going to go to the Pirate Adventure map. First, we will open up the world map to show. We're just going to roll a D100 to see how well that last bit of the journey went. For the crew of the Dexterous. Okay, we got the world map, say. The last time you left the Dexterous, they were in Anchor Deep, yeah. Since then, they took a voyage around the peninsula of Abalash, around the Isle of Tevris, and through some rocky shoals and dangerous waters to the port of Skeltar.
Map is big.
They are many, many miles from home. Skeltar being from Vatapol, 115 divided by 5.
1380.
115 divided by 5 times 60 is 1380. Right, so you need to be a 14th level teleporter. to reach there
We
from
need
Vatapult.
this island. This one here.
Wait, Cantaport maybe. Cantaport is 85, which is 17 times 60.
Oh, dang, it's in range.
Yeah,
Barely.
yeah. So it's a couple of hops. Of course, you guys need a better map for this to get accurate.
Or learn it by trial and error. Try to teleport there. It doesn't work.
Poor Skittles. Okay. Just tricking the CR1 creature into a life of servitude of your family. You'll bring me back, of course we will.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? It was just such a predatory scene.
Would you like candy?
Horrible joke. All right, we are going to go to something called Pirate Adventure. There we go. Sid, Ashoka, and Damian appear on the aboard the ship at their approximated time. One is you appear a little bit early. You're not quite in port yet. Two, you're just appearing as if like you predicted perfectly. And then three, the ship's already in port and they're wondering what the fuck's going on. Two, so just as you guys are coming around an island and you could see this junky town kind of on the edge of a jungle in the tropics, the group of Ashoka, Sid, and Damian kind of pile out of the guest quarters aboard the Dexterous. Some of the sailors are like, what the fuck's going on? And immediately Captain Beechwood, you arrived just in time.
Always good to get some fresh air.
Now, you gotta tell me. We got a bit of a bet going. You weren't all in there the entire time, were you?
You're not calling me a liar, are you?
Nope. Never mind. I think I understand now, is what he says. He might have peeked.
Is any coin changing?
Yeah, there's some coins slowly changing hands. You hear somebody say, "That's the thing on the wall."
It's the piss stain.
Right, it's the weird painted sigil that is on the wall. I've got a map for you that shows you what Skeltar town looks like. Let me make this map
near Skeltar.
Player visible. Unfog and enforce you to the map. Skeltar Town is a ramshackle of buildings on the edge of a great jungle. There are seagulls everywhere and a really old-looking stone wood wharf. There are a couple of old-school towers. Curious that the Empire would let like a castle stand. Maybe on their conquest out this way, they had no reason to shell this particular castle. The captain of the Dexterous, those are the troll towers. You want to know why they call them troll towers?
Because they had trolls in them?
Nah, even better. The stones regenerate.
Oh, that is interesting.
The Empire's tried to blow it up, I think, 3 times, and they just start to tumble back. I've never seen it, but I've heard about it.
That's quite fast.
Ashoka is trying super hard not to look impressed with the pirate's saying because it's super impressive.
Wharfside Ramble is on the left-hand side, and then the Siren's Den is probably where you want to go, and I would avoid going to the old ball and chain brothel. You just kind of like, I've seen goblins better looking.
Oh.
In fact, they probably got some there. Siren's Den. That's the.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Looks like everything's pretty peaceful. Nothing's on fire. There are no ships. Blasting the cannonballs into the ramshackle. You're guessing that the town's probably about 5,000 people. There are a lot of boats, and you notice that he's flying not the flags he was flying when he left Vinvasa.
He's got a new flag.
They're very blank. Like, everyone's got very, like, single color blank flags.
Okay.
No heraldic devices. The law's kind of...
Awesome place, Marty. Awesome place.
The law's kind of what you bring. There are some rules, though.
Anything we should know?
Any significant trade, and that includes information, you gotta go visit the skull. He demands his peace, and this is sort of a not a thing you want to break.
And what's the skull?
He looks at you like part bewildered, part terror. Wouldn't break the rules. They got a song about that one.
Where does he reside? Where can he be found?
Look, I knew how to get here. We're not going to spend much time. I think the agreement was 2 days. We're not even going into port. We're going to have a couple people row you out there. My men might take a look around for some fresh fruit. Maybe a little bit of rum.
All right, fine.
Pretty much their only export, rum, well, and villainy.
It's a hive
Of rum and villainy. that is a good candidate for tonight's to the game's hive of rum and villainy. We keep on upstaging ourselves. One day our heads are going to explode. It'd be awesome. Hive of rum and villainy.
So, Marty, quick aside, you wouldn't happen to know the volume of the regenerating castle, just so I can figure out
Oh,
when Uker can carry it away to wherever he wants the regenerating castle to be?
This thing looks like a I don't know. This looks like a 60-foot tall towers with a thing in the middle.
Cool.
40 feet to a side, maybe.
I'm just gonna make a note.
So 120 feet long, 60 feet tall, with a big block missing in the middle.
It's your target that keeps coming back. I love this castle.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
you
the
don't
map.
have to worry about dropping it.
Well, the map doesn't show a lot of hustle and bustle. There are a lot of people and a lot of boats. Everything from tiny skiffs to launches to actual caravels. There are a few cogs. There are no galleons here. It doesn't seem like there are any capital ships from the Imperium or from the Eastern Tarak Trading Company.
Okay.
Of course, if there were, they might have smaller boats, and some are better armed than others. Some are in better condition than others. There are a couple of wrecks, like boats have sank kind of just in their wharf area and have been left to rot. Seagulls and other birds camped upon them. The salt air is striking, so is the heat, as this is late. This is middle autumn. It's a bit windy, as some people row the three of you in a launch. The captain comes with you, with a few of his men. He does not row, because he is the El Captain.
Okay.
I like the weather.
Yeah, it's probably feels good on your skin.
Yeah, it's very nice. Can't complain.
He kind of looks to Sid. Sid hasn't said very much. He's
Sid's quiet. He doesn't say much.
Yep, hustle and bustle. Watch your coin purses and well, have at it. Welcome, gentlemen. He kind of makes a joke out of it, to Skeltar Town. You could see two guys in a fist fight outside the wharfside ramble. The Siren's Den, you think you can hear some sort of like a weird chimey kind of mixture of chimes and piano.
What are the races of the people we're seeing?
A lot of them are human. There are some halflings. There are some half-elves. You do see goblins. A few orcs, half-orcs. Probably half-orcs. You see the odd pistol here and there. Things aren't heavily regulated in Skeltar Town, so it appears the Empire has lost some of their technology to those who are obviously not Imperial soldiers.
Damian,
Yes, Ashoka.
might I suggest trying to track down this skull character?
Yes, if we're gonna have to trade for information, we'll have to figure out what this guy's going to want first. Let's start at the Siren's Den, shall we? He's got a big smile on his face.
To the Siren's Den.
Okay, as you arrive to the Siren's Den, you realize that this must be some sort of like very busy drinking place. You could actually hear people singing a song. It seems to be the end of the song as you are entering into the Siren's Den. Greet the skull and meet the skull and keep the skull in Skeltar. Bang! And everyone kind of drinks down their drinks, and there's a bunch of cheering afterwards. Oh, these people are a bunch of slimy, swarthy, sun-bleached sailors. Oh, this is a pirate bar. You've walked into a pirate bar. There are all sorts of folk, we shall say, that are in said pirate bar. A bunch of pirates, pirate-looking people. There's a weird dwarf that looks like he's some sort of sailor. You see this tiny halfling kind of waddling around drunk, and a really big thing with two heads that is also kind of squatted at the bar and looks like it's talking to itself. A comely sprite of a woman.
I thought the troll thing was it looked like it was playing like a banjo or something. I was like, what the?
It does. Both one head turns and then the other head turns, and it's kind of staring you guys down as you're wide-eyed and obviously new as you walk into the Siren's Den. The Captain Beechwood doesn't come with you. He's just doing some business on the wharf as the three of you walk in. Don't be afraid, dearie, says the woman who's behind the bar. She looks like some sort of witch by the spell component pouch that she has, and you can't tell whether it's the monkey in the bar or the snake that might be her familiar.
Okay. Let's just grab a seat, shall we, gentlemen?
Okay. Couple of pirates, sailors, or whatever, kind of like not quite bump into you, but just like kind of rub shoulders as they're leaving, and they look over their shoulder at Ashoka.
Ashoka looks back.
Mm-hmm. They don't make any issue of it. You guys don't speak giant, but the giant's talking to itself, as one might expect if you had a second head growing out of the top of your torso. The woman behind the bar seems to ignore you guys after you clearly are kind of just taking in the sights. A fiddler starts up the music again, and there's the smell of salt air, piss, rum, and sweaty, dirty people. A weird tinge of some sort of incense that might be different, and the spices that they have in a mutton that is being served also kind of makes you suggest that like a totally different cuisine down here.
All right.
You can see a halfling up at the bar drinking with the two-headed beast. Everyone is armed. The more you stand there and gawk, the more people are taking notice.
No, we're taking
Okay.
seats somewhere.
All right. Serving wench comes and serves you. Just doesn't ask what you want and just serves 3 drinks of this weird frothing stuff that they dipped the cup into like a trough behind the bar.
This is grog, isn't it?
Probably.
Of course it is, sweetie. You want something a little more?
Oh, she's obviously been drinking.
Wow! It's just like Damien's holding his nose with breath.
You want something a little stronger than this, sweetie?
And she kind of like suggests that she's also on the menu.
Oh, how about just a bottle of rum?
Oh, we got some big spiders over here.
And she goes wander back to the bar and.
I can kill her if you want.
Oh, I think she's on the verge anyway. I wouldn't-
Newcomers, huh? This dwarf, white beard, very floofy and well groomed. He smells of like seaweed.
You're a sailor?
Of course I'm a sailor.
Just your people have a reputation of being more earthbound, I suppose.
I know how to swim too.
He points at you like tired of having that conversation.
Sorry, what was that?
He points at you and like finger in your face. He knows how to swim too, and he seems to be tired of having this conversation. Probably like you're probably like the 50th person in the last 3 months too.
Damien just puts up his hands like, I meant no offense, just surprised.
Okay, it seems to ward away the funny smelling sea dwarf as he just goes and hangs out with some other people at a table. It seems there's this undercurrent of happiness here.
They're not bad for a bunch of pirate folk. They're not overly aggressive.
No, you got some people eyeing you. You're pretty sure you wouldn't want to go piss in the alley all by yourself.
Well, we're stuck in a room with a bunch of murderous thieves.
Damien.
Just like home.
It's like a family reunion.
Okay, the bottle of rum got stuck between it was stuck in her brassiere as she was doing other things, and she walked over and presented it to Damian.
Okay.
She even pulls out the cork with her own teeth and tosses out your grog and pours it into that cup for you. She doesn't serve anyone else.
Offer still on the table, Damien.
What a lady.
I haven't called a lady in a long time, sweetheart.
Hey, some more grog over here!
Can't you see I'm floating over here?
she goes over and starts like fucking slapping a bunch of them, and there's a bunch of laughter, and people seem to.
Damien like salutes the guy who called her over, like, thank you.
Hey there, friend. Some drunk guy comes up to your table. Can I have a little bit of that?
Sure, of course you can.
Oh, just don't tell the others. You'll have a whole crowd of people over here. So it looks like you're kind of new off some ship, eh? You got this high-fluting noble thing around you. You some sort of lord?
It backs up a bit.
And then he does that farmer's spit out of the nose with.
Yeah. No, but we are looking for one, or at least someone who looks like one.
You looking for a lord? Oh, we don't have any lords around here, except for when the Imperium show up, start to march all around and thinking that the boss of everything. They haven't been here in a while.
How competent? Like Ashoka is looking for competent people within this place.
Well, there's a halfling talking to an Etten, so
Right,
so
they look
that guy.
competent. Yeah, they're on the competent list.
There are a few sailors off to the side that aren't like completely ripped. There seems to be a crew of 6 of them that might all be wearing the same colors.
Okay.
And then there's this dwarf that seems to be like upset that he didn't find good conversation.
Assessing threats or people of, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good role playing right there. Thanks, Perrier. Perrier is very bubbly. It's called a prop. Live with it. Right.
Utilize what's within you.
You looking for some lord? Well, haven't seen too many lords around here. They come in every once in a while. It's hard to tell the lords from the captains.
Well,
Marty, sorry, this is this will affect what we're doing right now. Did we have any pictures or anything of Damien's brother? Like paintings?
No, Damian knows what his brother looks like. Although, no, when you were going around the house, you know what Damien's brother looks like.
Could I have sketched them?
Sure, give me a
Sketch
Yeah.
artist.
Screw that. Damien just cut his brother's picture out of a family portrait.
Yeah, Fox. I've read a little bit about
Oh,
the Caribbean kind of fortifications.
When-
I climbed up into one. It was called Fort Black, I think, on the Isle of St. Kitts. It was neat.
20 total on a
Yeah, there's a rough sketch of what Marcel looks like. Do you want a token for Marcel? Is that what you're?
I was just saying, like, it looks like this instead of just saying no.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Let me see if I can find Marcel. Did I create a token for Marcel?
Like this noble.
Yep. Oh, that's why I'm in the wrong folder. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure I created one. Marcel looks like yeah.
Gotta be better than some of the old wanted posters. Like there's the good wanted posters.
Yep.
And then there's the ones that are like
You
That
got
is a
Marcel's
stick. That's
chin
what's the-
right. You got the crest in his eyebrow and the nose. Looks like some sort of high-fluting captain.
Well, he probably acted like one.
You guys any more? This guy doesn't know anything.
No, well, I think we're good friend.
Okay.
you wouldn't happen to know something about this skull character, would you?
The skull? Yeah, yeah. You gotta walk a bit of ways into the jungle and go into the bit of the pit. The pit of barter.
The pit of barter.
Now you don't want to be exchanging no coin without the skull getting his bit. He's
How much
all,
bit does the skull take?
you know, he makes a living. Don't wish I was a skull, though. I rather like my bits.
And he grabs himself rudely.
Is the skull a eunuch?
What's a eunuch?
It's
A man without bits.
Oh yeah, he lost his bits a long time ago, I think. They all rotted off.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like it's an actual
This-
skull.
does the skull actually have a body, or is it just a skull?
Oh yeah. You gotta go see him. If you were like the skull, you'd probably be his risen king.
All right then.
Yeah, go see him. Give him an offering. He takes offerings too, but most of the time he just wants his cut. He's the real lord around here without being a lord, you know, not allowed to be lords.
You show us the way to the skull, and the rest of this bottle of rum is all yours.
You just take a right outside the pissing lane. Just go up into the jungle. Lots of people are there. The skull's decorated. It's not hard to find.
Damian looks to Ashoka and said, like, you want to cut through a lot of the bullshit and just go talk to this guy?
I'll go.
Well, it's that or start a bar fight because it's funny just to establish dominance.
Really? I mean, Damian's the only one that can
Okay.
do anything out of all of us.
You guys overhear the name Krusty. How many times, Krusty, have I told you? Quit grabbing behind the bar.
All right.
Even Gilligas knew not to grab behind the bar. Yes, I know. Gross knows. So does Trono.
Yeah, I don't want to get in a fist fight with the net. No.
I kind of do want to talk to the witch.
Crusty?
I don't want to talk to Krusty. He's Krusty. It's one of the bad adjectives.
Does Krusty ring a bell, or was it too late for you guys to?
Sorry, what?
Was Krusty a name that we're supposed to remember?
Yeah.
Yes, Krusty is, what's his name's cousin.
Oh, Adam wasn't there. The halfling,
that's
the
right,
one-eyed halfling that you dominated, he
Yeah.
gave you a pipe so that you could get information
Yeah,
from
thanks,
Krusty.
Krusty.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, help me. Help me, help you, help me.
So this guy grabs the bottle of rum and goes over and sits down and he just sort of lords over it as he's about ready to pass out.
So Ashoka heard this guy talk about Krusty.
Trono, gosh, no. No, gosh, Trono. That's not our name. My name is always first. Why is your name always first? Why can't we be called Gosh Trono? Because that's not how it works. It's alphanumerical. Oh, yeah, you're always the smart one.
Halfling, you wouldn't happen to have any weed on you, would you?
What did you call me?
Halfling.
Our people are called hinfolk. All hobbits says halfling. Halfling's a derogatory term.
All right, hobbitses.
Sid puts his hand on his crossbow.
You wouldn't happen to have any leaf on you? He pulls out the pipe.
A leaf's illegal.
He's already putting stuff into a pipe that looks remarkably similar to the pipe that you're pulling out.
You got a light.
Of course. We'll spark his pipe for him.
Yep, it's also an ivory Bold Bronson style pipe, but for the hands of the...
You're seeing doubles again. Hey, how'd you get my pipe?
He's trying to swipe at your pipe while his is actually lit in his other hand.
Wow.
I believe it was your brother? So your cousin.
Cousin.
Your cousin. Friend of
Cousin?
mine.
I got lots of cousins. We hobbits are very fertile.
It broke up. The one-eyed cousin.
We's invoke are very fertile. Got lots of cousins. One eye.
The one in Anchor Deep.
It's like the start of a joke, I say. Go piece that one together.
I'm not referring to your penis.
Fertile, one eye. You get it?
Yes, I do get it. It is not your penis.
Oh, well, yeah, I knew my cousin. What's he got to say to himself, and why do you have his pipe?
He lent it to me as a token of goodwill. See, I... Might as well labbing. Alright. 36.
Been a long time since I'd done this.
He's grabbing at the pipe. Are you letting him have it?
Yep.
He lights them both and takes takes a smoke off of both of them at the same time.
Oh, yeah, it's his pipe, all right. he doesn't get the good stuff, though. Good stuff's down here. There's a creeping vine that's oh, whew.
We're
So what-
looking for someone.
What you want then? You know that I'm the right one to talk to. Well, just give me a moment here. I'll put on my thinking cap.
And he just hands his pipe to you like you're just going to hold it for him. He goes up to the bar, he grabs a snuff box, he sticks his nose into the snuff box, he snorts really hard. There's some sort of powder he's wiping away, which hasn't completely been wiped away from his face, and his eyes are dilated.
All right, we're ready to go now. Yeah. There's been a hard morning of drinking. It's fifth day, isn't it?
You know, it's a couple days from fifth day.
No, you're either 2 days early or 4 days late.
Time flies in the tropics. Time really flies when you're small.
Take your word for it.
So what can I do for you? Step into my office here.
It's just this kind of run-down looking shitty building with like a room with kind of like a moldy carpet and some obvious water stains along the side. There is a clear hole where a cannonball, now missing, has kind of gone through that particular wall and bounced off of a bunch of things, and they've just kind of put a tarp, and there's a bunch of ants that are making their little trails down in through the open thing and attacking some rotten fruit in the corner. You can still hear the din of the bar outside. There are some tables and chairs that are serviceable that have always been set up, and he just goes and pops himself behind his table like he's got a desk in this horrible, horrible room.
We're looking for a boat carrying a very important person.
You know, boats, we got lots of boats here.
The manticore, to be specific.
Manticore? It's not a boat I know.
Sense motive.
Awesome.
Oh, you don't want to say the sense motive.
Don't worry. Papa Ashoka came to this party.
Because that's why you're here.
No, the manticore.
Nope.
Cut his jaw, maybe?
Oh yeah, Cutter's Gar. Yeah, I've seen your boat before. He wants to trade some information.
Yes.
All right.
So, we're obviously new here. Is it traditional to just make the trade and then pay the skull, or do you do that first?
Well, given the sensitive nature of information, is your secrets, and you kind of lose them once you tell them. Usually, information is passed between the two parties after they come to terms for price, and then we pass the information in front of the skull, because the skull always likes to know information.
Does it have to go in front of the skull if it's freely given?
Best things in life ain't free.
He has a point. I steal a lot of shit. That's good.
Well, you got sticky fingers, eh? You still got your fingers? That's a brave thing to admit on these parts. People don't like thieves. Of course, you can't steal information.
No, you don't think so?
So what do you want to know about the Cutler's Gar? You want to know who the captain is? Where she's going?
Where she is.
Where
And
she
this
is?
man is.
Well, you know about the advantage of, talking before the skull is the skull can sometimes fill in gaps of information when others don't. He's also a powerful spellcaster. Most powerful I've ever seen.
Alright.
So I'll tell you where the captain of the Cutler's Guard is, and I'll tell you where I think she's going. Where I overheard she might be going.
When was the last time she was here?
And I'll also tell you the last time she was here. How about a nice shiny talent for all this information?
I don't know who the captain is. I know who the captain is, or a very good idea. I don't particularly care about the captain.
No? All right.
No, I want the passenger.
Passenger?
Yeah. He's looking at you, looking you up and down.
He's got the picture in front of him.
Oh. Yeah, well, I can tell you whether I seen this bloke or not. One shiny talent, which means that you're going to have to pay the skull at least 50 gold.
You expect one shiny talent for you to tell me whether or not you've seen this man before.
Information's information, my good friend. You came a long way looking for this bloke.
Yeah,
I'm sure this type of information the skull's going to be really interested in. We should go talk to him. Or at least do our barter in front of him. Won't take long. It's the middle of the afternoon. Most of the goat trading has already happened.
goat trading.
Dope. A slang term for illicit narcotics.
No, goats. You know, he'll.
Oh, I did hear right. Okay.
He's a cagey fucker. He'll take his 5% of anything. It all adds up, I guess. I guess he's got all the time in the world to collect.
All right. I certainly don't want a fleet of pirates chasing us about the tropics, so let's go do this.
All right. He wants to go now.
Oh, and by the way, if you try to dig us around in any sort of way, I will have you killed.
Fair enough.
Sid smiles like,
Let's go see the skull.
All right. Lead the way,
I'll lead the way.
Mr. Krusty.
Pleasure doing business with you chaps. You got the coin, though. That would be really embarrassing. Go there and you won't be able to pay.
We
Yes.
have coin. Relax.
Skulls takes his due no matter what. He's got all sorts of way of making a man pay. Good thing I'm a halfling.
I guess you pay half then.
Heard that joke before. Doesn't work.
I'll meet you guys later.
So how are you related to Skeebles?
He's my cousin.
Sid walks away from you guys.
Okay.
On which
and
side?
another version of Sid comes back.
Oh, like the little
bat.
tiny bat
Yeah.
crawls onto somebody's shoulder?
no,
You
no,
want-
no, he's on a roof somewhere.
Okay. There are actually a lot of fruit bats around here, and you blend right in.
In the tropics. Who would have thunk? They're everywhere.
Yep.
Alrighty, yeah, bug-eyed friend was kind of bugging me. His left eye is kind of a little offset there from his right eye. He's a little cockeyed.
Yes.
You should see him throw a knife. It's bloody terrifying.
Yeah, alright, we don't need him. Just the two of you. You look rich enough. Let's go see the
I'm
skull.
on here on an island filled with pirates.
Would you consider yourself an extrovert?
An extra what?
An outgoing personality?
Of course I'm very outgoing. I'm a social butterfly.
Clearly.
Greet the skull, greet the skull. Keep the skull in Skeltar. Alright.
So you guys go out into the pissing lane, and soon there's this obvious path, and you can see all these sort of streamers and actual skulls and like torches lining the way. Some of the streamers seem to be of like silk and other materials, where others are not. There are little potted plants and offerings that are left along the way. You can see that there are two people up ahead that are in a line. They're just waiting.
Okay.
They're talking while in line.
It's an orderly pirate ruled by some sort of demi-lich.
Are you still waiting?
No, we just finished meeting the skull.
Or is he in a good mood?
He got his due. And the two of them kind of wander off like they've exchanged some sort of money. They were kind of waiting at the edge of the top of a hill, and actually